gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Here at home, a suspected shoplifter shot at a gas station convenience store, and now Atlanta police are trying to figure out who fired the gun.
Good day's Caitlin Pratt is live in downtown Atlanta. She joins us now with more. Caitlin, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. This investigation's still underway. Let's get to that video of that scene. This all occurring late last night.
So we need more of this, right? We really do. You have brazen teens, in many cases super teen gremlins, who are going into stores, groups of them, and just taking whatever they want. But in this case, you have somebody who effed around and found out, essentially. I don't see the problem. But obviously, a lot of lefties don't like that. And this is why I appreciate the laws we have in Georgia when it comes to the Second Amendment. I mean, you're pretty much not restricted. I believe we have constitutional carry, if I'm not mistaken. But I'd have to double check. But the gun laws are pretty lax, right? Because it allows for law-abiding citizens to take matters into their own hands, business owners to take matters into their own hands, and defend their property. And that's literally all Americans are asking when, you know, obviously we know that that is a God-given right and a right that is cemented in the foundation of the Constitution for great reason, such as a tyrannical government, which we see the leftist libtards are trying to implement, especially in these major metropolitan cities.
Notice all that yellow crime scene tape strung up outside this convenience store gas station here. Police say that man was shot after he tried robbing the Texaco gas station. This is right off of Eastland Road. As for who pulled the trigger, that's the big question right now. That's what investigators are trying to work out. They're likely looking at surveillance video to get a better idea of the chain of events. Police do tell us medics took the unidentified suspect to the hospital. He was still breathing when they whisked him away to get help at the hospital. Investigators trying to determine right now whether the shooter was a customer or the clerk, and it is unclear what this man was trying to take, allegedly. That's the latest here live. I'm Caitlin Pratt for Good Day Atlanta.
All right, Caitlin, thank you for that.
All right, let's get you to that breaking news right now at 6. Police are investigating a shooting that happened in a northwest Atlanta neighborhood, and that turned into a pretty tense SWAT situation.
All of this unfolded on Neal Street in northwest Atlanta. Atlanta News First, Asia Wilson is there. Asia, what do you know about what happened here?
Well, the scene is now cleared, but there is actually a lot to unpack here. We do know that the gang squad and the aggravated assault teams are out here still investigating. We did get an update from police that said around 9 last night they received a call about a person shot here. When they got here, they went inside of a home and found that one person was shot in the stomach. He was treated on scene and did not go to the Grady Memorial Hospital. They said at one point, video showed a shootout between members of a house and a white car that had pulled up in front of the house.
Damn. And it just pops off just like that in the community. A random shootout. You got kids living. You got dogs, puppies, women, innocent people. And these ninjas have the nerve to just get in a random shootout, participating in the op culture, participating in the crash out culture that we have spoken against so vehemently till this day. And obviously, YouTube has demonetized me for it. Speaking out against violence instead of inciting it is something that they frown upon. According to my monetization status and my shadow banning status. So just understand that we are fighting a fight that it's going to be very difficult to surmount the challenges that we face on an everyday basis in getting this information out there. I dropped a video on a elderly woman, an 80-year-old woman who was shot yesterday. And I mean, it got severely stifled, severely shadow banned. And I mean, it's one of my lowest viewed videos, and y'all know that I've been targeted. There has been a shadow ban target on my channel, but it's one of my lowest viewed videos, even though it's one of the most important videos that I've made in, I would say, the last few months. So make sure you go support, but it's a difficult battle we're fighting, is my point.
Multiple rounds were fired, and that car actually got away. So again, they're still investigating exactly what happened here. As soon as we learn more, we'll bring you the latest. For now, we're live in Northwest Atlanta this morning. Asia Wilson, Atlanta News First.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Right now, a young mother gunned down as her 2-year-old child looked on at...
God. Oh man, I mean, how are people not shocked by these headlines? Developing right now, a woman shot as her 2-year-old looked on. I mean, we can stop right now.
Atlanta police are looking for several suspects tonight in that shooting. It happened at Cary Park in Northwest Atlanta. Our Erica Murphy spoke with a community now concerned about recent gun violence in the...
Killing, shooting, stabbing. A lot. Children not even safe to play in the street because get what, they barely have a playground because get what, the adults take over the playground because they want to shoot.
Yep, and those are the Thug Max Alpha Simps that we talk about. Those are the Thug Max Alpha Simps that I talk about and cover on this channel.
In broad daylight.
This resident has lived in the Cary Park neighborhood for about 10 years and says violence is a way of life there. The most recent victim, 21-year-old Nejha Cox, was gunned down in a car this morning with her 2-year-old child inside. Police say the shooting on Center Street near Hightower was targeted.
The surveillance video that we viewed, the vehicle is traveling on Center Street.
So this single mother was actually targeted in this shooting, and that is disheartening to say the least, because I mean, it's just scary. Now there is a possibility or potential that she could have participated in the op culture. I mean, it's possible, but I would hope not. I would hope that, you know, she was innocent in all of this. And obviously she is innocent in all this, but you know, when you're targeted, it's a different thing, and it makes you wonder why she was targeted, is what a lot of, you know, people would say, right? Especially in the community, because, you know, we're more inclined to victim blame than blame the perpetrators. But all in all, I think this is a horrible thing. I think that whoever did this is a scumbag, a POS, and I don't condone this at all. As a matter of fact, I disavow, I admonish, right? I chastise verbally whoever did this. And that's kind of how we're gonna have to move forward as a community. Group accountability, group acknowledgement, and group consequences.
And a few males open fire as the vehicle drives by, striking the decedent.
Residents say Cox lived in a nearby apartment complex where they have been plagued with crime.
It go on every day, all day out here. I mean, you have to watch your kids. Kids out here playing, you get shootouts during broad daylight. It's just not shocking. It's like air.
According to Atlanta Police crime mapping data, the Cary Park neighborhood has been the scene of 5 aggravated assaults since March of this year. Back in February, Dion Green, a contractor working for the Fulton County Medical Examiner's office, was killed in the same area as Cox. Police say they can tell from looking at surveillance video that there were 3 suspects involved. They are asking anyone who knows anything to call Crime Stoppers. Reporting from Atlanta, Erica Murphy, 11 Alive News.
Will have to grow up without their mother. Atlanta police say a woman was shot while in the passenger seat of a car. Her 2-year-old was in the back seat. Atlanta News First reporter Asia Wilson spoke with someone who says crime in that area is getting out of hand.
So think about how traumatized this 2-year-old is now, literally seeing her mother being shot and killed, the nightmares that that young child will have for the rest of her life. That ends any positive trajectory, or potentially ends any positive trajectory that she could have, or contribution she could have made to society. Because that young child is going to be so wrapped up in this traumatic event that happened at a young age. There are many ways that this thing can go, and hopefully the child has strong and thoughtful family members to take care of her. But we all know that in the community, there are a lot of broken families. There are not that many intact families. Obviously, this was a single mother, so she was doing it on her own. Is her father going to take care of her now? I mean, I don't know. Probably not likely. We don't know where he's at. So now what?
Certainly a sad situation here on Center Street. Atlanta police say 3 people opened fire on the car that had 3 people inside. The mother was in the passenger seat and was hit and killed. Her toddler was also inside. Atlanta police say they got the call around 2 this morning saying the woman in her early 20s was shot. After investigating, police discovered the shooting happened on Center Street and the driver then drove to Hollywood Road to call 911. Police believe this was a targeted incident. They say surveillance video shows as the car was driving, 3 males on foot opened fire when the car drove by.
Wow. And they didn't care if they potentially could have hit the 2-year-old. These super teen gremlins are on demon time. Just an evil act. Just plain demented, demonic. This is pure evil that we're dealing with, guys, and nobody wants to talk about it.
We're told the driver and the small child were not hurt. A woman who doesn't want to be identified, fearing there could be retaliation, lives at the nearby apartment complex and says something has to be done to stop the crime in this area.
I'm just coming home from work. I'm tired of this. This is nerve-wracking. At what point is anybody going to take attention to the fact that this is a property with how many children? We talking about traumatic events that's going on that is affecting children.
And now Atlanta police say this is all still under investigation. They're working to determine a motive. They're asking anyone who knows anything to call Crime Stoppers. We have all of the information on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. In Northwest Atlanta, Asia Wilson, Atlanta News First.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.